Howdy folks, Lift here, and this is going to be a quick, I hope it's quick, vlog. I just wanted to address the changes that I just found out about. I got an email from Patreon saying that they're changing their system for some reason, and basically what they're doing is they're now making it so that the people who pledge money, the patrons, are going to pay more money and are not going to pay even amounts so that the creators can get supposedly a predictable amount, which actually isn't going to happen because you get payments that are declined every month, and so if you're counting on that money to act, the amount that it says you're going to make in the month, if you're actually counting on that and spending it before it's in your pocket, you're an idiot. Okay, just to put it bluntly, if you think you're going to actually get the amount that it says there all the time, you're like delusional. Okay, so we'll just start with that, because that isn't going to happen. And so I don't know why Patreon decided, oh, we're going to fix it so that people know exactly how much they're going to get. No, you didn't make that happen. You're not making that happen by doing this. And so honestly, I think they just got greedy, and this is just their excuse for saying they're going to do that because we care about the creators. And this isn't going to help the creators when people stop pledging because they don't know how much it's going to cost them. And that's the problem here now, is basically your pledge is now some dollar amount plus an odd percentage, 2.9%, and then 35 cents. So it's what? That's how, so if you pledge $1, you're not actually paying $1, you're paying $1.37.9. Okay. And so now people are not going to know how much their pledges are going to cost them, and it's basically going to drive people away. It's going to scare people away. The people that you need to really cater to on a system like this, it's not the creators, it's the people who are putting in the money, and they're not doing it because they have to. They're doing it because they want to. They're doing it out of goodwill. And that's the worst part of this, in my opinion, is that they're basically taking the people who are already acting in good faith, in goodwill, and like, here, let's stick it to them, And so my prediction is that a lot of people are just going to delete their pledges and stop using Patreon and stop supporting anybody at all, instead of going, okay, we're going to accept a big increase. And the thing that sucks really bad is that there's a lot of people that just want to pledge like $1, because they don't have a whole lot of money, but they want to pitch something in and they want to help the creators, and so they pitch in. Maybe they can't afford a lot, and that's cool. I can say, as a creator, I'm grateful. I'm just as grateful for those as anybody else. I appreciate that people just make the gesture of saying, thank you for entertaining me, thank you for producing this, because from my point of view, as far as, when you're making videos on YouTube, you are basically a panhandler. You're like the person on the street corner with a saxophone and a hat, sitting in front of you, right? And you're playing or you're dancing or whatever. You're doing something that gets people's attention, that entertains them for a minute or whatever. But you're doing something to entertain people, and they're throwing money into your hat, throwing tips at you and stuff. And that's basically what Patreon is the hat, So, so anyway, the change that they're saying they're making is, it used to be that people got, like, if you pledged $1, the creator would get something like 85 cents, and then so obviously Patreon would get 15 cents of that, right? So they're doing an 85, you pledge $1, they get 15 cents. And now a $1 pledge nets them almost 40 cents. So they're basically, like I said, in my opinion, they just got greedy. And the thing that annoys me also is that the fee is per pledge. And okay, this does not make sense to me. Well, it makes sense to me why they're doing it, but it annoys me that they're doing it because, in my opinion, it's dishonest. And it's basically, they're trying to fleece people who are, like I said, who are acting in goodwill and giving money. And so, and here's why I think it's like that, is you have, let's say you have $100 to pledge, okay? I'm going to pledge $100 to one person, okay? And so if I do that, then it's going to do 2.9% of that, so $2.90, and then the 35-cent flat fee, right? And so that's what, $3.25, okay? So if I pledge $1 to 100 different creators, does it cost Patreon any more to process that? I mean, you know, when you do that, if you process to different creators using your credit card, do they charge your credit card 100 times and have to pay your credit card those fees? No, they don't. They consolidate all of those things into one transaction per month, and they charge it, and they pay the one fee for that once a month. And then if you pledge to 100 people, you just paid $35 in fees. It did not cost them 100 times as much to process all that stuff. And so, like I said, they're just being greedy, and I'm not happy about that. And to be honest, I'm actually looking into different methods of collecting, you know, tips and that kind of thing. And I really wish that YouTube would actually do that. I don't understand why YouTube does not have that as part of their platform, because I think a tip system makes a lot more sense. And one of the reasons is that not every video has the same value, basically. And so, and if you look at the way YouTube tries to value things, you know, look at the way searches come up. You know, I try to search for my videos for the game that I play, Empyrean. If I search for Empyrean and my username, I can't even find myself on the search results. And that doesn't make any sense to me. So something is wrong with their search. And also, they don't seem to care how many, like, the proportion of likes that a video gets as far as, like, ranking them and stuff. They just go by raw views or raw subscribers or whatever. So, you know, it doesn't really necessarily reflect the quality of the video. And the other thing that I was talking about is their algorithm for deciding whether a video is appropriate for advertising is basically, you know, roll a d20 apparently. And so you know, roll percentile dice and see if you know, make your saving throw for advertiser appropriateness. And so, you know, if this is the algorithm that they use for determining, like, for example, the YouTube Red, you know, well, you can contribute to content creators by using YouTube Red. But the thing is, you pitch in $10 a month, and then YouTube decides how to split that up amongst the creators. And I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the way I would actually decide, you know, what has value. So let me give you an example. You know, I wanted to do something on my car. I want to do a brake job on my car. And so I can look up on YouTube a video on how to do that. You know, I can look up a video for how to do a brake job on my car and find somebody that does, you know, that shows me all the little things that I need, the tools that I need, and the process that I'm going to go through and all that stuff. And, you know, they might save me, I don't know, 3 hours, for example. Okay, it doesn't take that long, but okay, you get the idea, right? Let's say I find this video, and by watching it for 2 minutes, it saves me 3 hours. And to me, that's worth, you know, hey, I'd gladly give them a $5, $10 tip, you know, if I could. But, you know, if I do that and I watch that one video, you know, for during the month, and say I'm in YouTube Red, and I paid in $10, and I watched that one video, you know, and say, I don't know, 200 other videos during the month, and a lot of those videos were, say, 20 minutes long or something. How much do you think that one person's going to get for that video? Even though they put hours and hours and hours into making that video and editing it and all that stuff and making sure, you know, that it's accurate and useful and stuff, and they get nothing comparatively, you know, compared to what it's worth. And so to me, I would like to be able to tip what I think a video is worth, not what some basically random number generator algorithm determines. Because if you go by raw view time or, you know, number of views or anything like that, you're not really even coming close to the value of a video. Because like I said, some videos, I mean, sure, I might spend 20 minutes watching a video that makes me laugh, but to me, that's not as valuable as a 2-minute video that saves me 3 hours of, you know, grimy work and stuff. So anyway, that's, you know, I really would like YouTube to do that. I really hope they can do that. I know that VidMe, which is apparently now going down the tubes, was doing that sort of thing, and I think Twitch does a tipping sort of thing. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked, because you'd think people would be more willing to do that, and because then they can decide where their tips go, and YouTube can obviously collect a proportion of that. I'm sure that I would be more than happy, and a lot of creators would be more than happy. I mean, hey, those of us who are on Patreon, we're paying 15% of our, you know, of our tips for somebody to be the hat. And so I don't know. I don't know if YouTube's ever going to do something like that. They seem to be too busy caught up in other things that really don't matter, like, ooh, we changed an icon. Woo, now you know that your video has been demonetized and you're being screwed. But, you know, so I don't know. But anyway, that's what I had to say about the Patreon thing. Like I said, I'm not happy about it. I'm considering other options, and I want to see what else might be out there. But honestly, I'd rather they just fix the thing and not have to switch, because it's a royal pain trying to get people to sign up for any website. A lot of people were already on that, and so it was easier to get people together in that sort of thing, you know, basically to get people to participate. Once they start participating on that, there's all kinds of creators that they can pledge, you know, things to. But anyway, that's whatever. We'll see what happens, and maybe I'll post a follow-up later. But I just wanted to address that issue, and like I said, make my prediction that there's going to be a pledge apocalypse, and a lot of people are going to drop their pledges, and the people who were creating and making money off of it are going to end up losing money in the process. And I think if anybody wins out of this, if anybody comes out ahead on this, it's not going to be the patrons, and it's not going to be the creators. It's going to be Patreon is the only one who, it appears, is trying to gain something out of this. So anyway, yeah, I'll stop rambling, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.